Hi, I'm Jen Sue, and you're watching Joburg Today.
The city is fast running out of space to handle its own waste. Behavioral change is the key solution, according to Pick It Up MD Lungile Dlamini, who has now turned to the private sector for sustainable solutions. Marisa has the story.
Johannesburg's last landfill site is expected to run out of capacity in just over 10 years. It's therefore crucial that we not only reduce our own rubbish, but that the city also finds alternative waste management technology solutions. Pick It Up recently invited the private sector to talk about available technology options.
They expect waste to come to them.
Landfill sites have to be close to where waste is generated. But most people don't want landfills in their backyard. And land in Joburg is becoming exceedingly expensive. So there's competition for land uses. And we believe that we're not using land in a sustainable manner. So if you like, our strategy is long-term, is to reduce landfilling to only 7%. So 97% would be used in these alternative waste treatment technologies.
We as a city has very limited financial resources, so we cannot go out and build these treatment plants that we're talking about. We need to find ways in getting the private sector involved to assist us. Often the private sector are the ones with the experience, are the ones with the solutions, and that's exactly what this is about. We get an enormous amount of requests to speak to me or to speak to my office about waste and alternative resources. And everybody's got a solution. So I thought it would be clever or wise to have a dialogue of this nature so we can involve all stakeholders and possibly get stakeholders to, in a way, start working together.
The private entities presented their technologies and suggestions for small and large-scale solutions to Pick It Up representative and other interested parties.
As being a green utility, you generate power at a certain rate. You've got costs, operational costs, you've got large capital debt sitting there, and so it's marginal, and patient investors, good support from regulation, from government and community. Pay back a return on investment on a plant like that of its scale within the specific market and our energy tariff. It takes around 10 years.
There wasn't only the Pick It Up management and the city of Joburg, telling us about stuff, but then they actually sat down and listen to just the South Africans, their ideas that they've come up with. The one that actually stood out for me was about turning plastics into diesel. It's something that's instant. It's something that is cost effective. Most of the presentation that we saw today, they were speaking about, millions of rand, billions, but a basic model that they actually use to convert plastic into diesel, it actually costs something like 50,000 rand.
I think the presentations were generally very good. However, one also has to realize that there's a marketing element in each presentation. So it is ultimately for Pick It Up to evaluate the presentations and the technologies and determine what is actually appropriate, because not all the technologies presented will apply to Pick It Up and will not be on the scale that is required, because in waste management, economies of scale is very important for it to be cost effective. The separation at source is crucial because it is for each of the technologies, there's a different part of the waste stream that they have to deal with. So if you do not get separation at source, you can imagine that you will end up with a product that is not suitable for any of the technologies presented, and you will ultimately end up with 90% of the waste that you now propose to treat going to landfill rather than the other way around.
Low-tech or high-tech, big or small, it seems the waste management technology is available. So now it's just for implementation and making it work. Marisa de Klerk, Joburg Today.